you still renting in New York City after 10 years? These 3 buying myths are holding you back, so let's bust them. Myth number 1, you're trying to buy your forever home as your first home. I've been working with first-time home buyers for over a decade, and I was one myself. As housing prices continue to skyrocket, it's going to be harder and harder to buy your forever home as the first one. But what you need to do is you need to get into the game. I started with a little studio, and then I got married, and my wife and 2 dogs moved in with me, and we were in that little 460 square foot studio for another 7 years while we waited for that property to appreciate in value, and then we flipped that into our 3-bedroom apartment, completely tax-free. So start small. Myth number 2, you think you need to live in the apartment for 7 to 10 years in order to break even on a rent versus buy analysis. Here's the truth. That is true when you don't buy well. But when you buy well, we found that it takes about 3 years to break even. Myth number 3, you think renting is cheaper than owning because that's what you see in the news. Meanwhile, you have countless stories of friends who've bought and are now set up for their future because they bought 5 years ago. So which one is true? Here's the thing, you have to run the numbers on a rent versus buy analysis given your specific situation and given certain properties. What you want to see for every property is what are the tax advantages, how much principal pay down if you're financing, and what's the rate of appreciation that we can reasonably project over the next 10 years. And then what you'll be able to do is compare apples to oranges, one property to another, to see what the projection is and where you might break even, whether that's year 3 or year 7. And over time, all of these benefits of ownership start to outweigh renting. And when your property does appreciate and it was your primary residence, you can take up to $500,000 of that gain completely tax-free. This is why real estate is one of the biggest wealth creators in the country. Don't let these myths keep you from building wealth using New York City real estate. And don't forget to run the numbers. DM me rent versus buy if you want to run the numbers tailored specifically to you.